Do excuse the sickness for this review because I do sound and am a little sick. But let's get on with the review. The Walking Dead Telltale series. I have mixed feelings about this because on one end they have really good parts and the other end is complete garbage. Let's talk about the positive stuff first. The first two seasons were phenomenal. I enjoyed playing as Lee, enjoyed the choices I was given, how bad and how good they could be. Um, yeah, looking at it, seasons 1 and 2, in my opinion, were the best, with seasons 3 and 4 being the worst. Um, you had your original group, which would go for a lot of stuff, they have different perspectives, which is good, because, they always have some drama going on, which means the group is always on edge. For this, I would say my favorite episode from season 1 would be the Starved for Help, because there's so much drama going on, and so much, you gotta be on edge for it.
Last episode, there was...
It's so loud, bro. Now, let us get to the... You get a good, start to it, because it's so, dramatic. You gotta save this guy. He ends up becoming a zombie. Then you gotta kill him. You go to the dairy. Everything's fine. It's nothing big is going down. When you get to around here, the middle section, things start really taking a turn, and you start to suspect these guys, because the lady what's his name? Mark, I think, or Owen, gets shot. And then you go with one of the brothers, and you find a lady. Where is she? You find Clementine's hat, then you find the lady. So, and when she's saying stuff about the brother that you would find concerning, but you don't know who to trust, which is interesting. Then we have the kidnapping. Then we have the little meat locker that you look at first. Then we have the kidnapping. So they kidnap you and your group and lock you away. And I believe they intend to use you for a food source, because, crazy people in the woods, I guess you'd call it. Yeah, I did choose to do this. I'm not going to show that. So yeah, overall interesting part. I would say my least favorite episode. It's hard to pick. Definitely number 5. I'll tell you why, because this actually isn't about the episode at all. It's about something that happens prior to it. I'll skip ahead a bit. Let's skip ahead to episode 4. Clementine gets bit. She's meant to turn. Her leg gets cut off, and she somehow survives. Episode 5, season 1. Lee gets bit. He cuts his arm off, and it does nothing. I don't understand that. It makes no sense to me. And Lee was such a good character. Anyway, season 2. Another very dark season. Or not. Season 1 wasn't really that dark. There was just a lot going on. Season 2 gets dark, though, which I do enjoy. My favorite episode. Which one is the one with... Hold on. Give me 1 second. Yeah, this one. Okay. Reasons why it goes so tragic. Everyone's following the plan, and then people start not listening, and it goes to crap. Yeah. So, yeah, it's very tragic, but you get to end up, making up, and everyone goes back to somewhat normal. And then this last part at the end was so crazy. So yeah, there's a shootout because of this. Hold on. Wow, Kenny.
You have a baby with you?
Yeah, we'll just wait for it to pass. The reveal was amazing, and it makes sense as well. I had to shoot her though, otherwise she was gonna, I probably can't say it here. But, my least favorite. Probably episode 1. Um, initially because so much stupid shit goes down. Oh, and I forgot this happens. I didn't set the resolution right. That's on me. That's my fault. Yeah, you get held up by this random woman that just spawns in. Like they didn't check if anyone was following them. Um, and like no one was waiting outside the store watching. Like outside the toilets. Then Omid gets killed within like the first few minutes, which is a bit annoying. She gets shot, which is good. 16 months later, quite a jump cut. We get held up by these random groups, and then Krista's never seen again. It feels weird that Omid and Krista give off throwaway character vibes when they were quite literally part of the main cast in season 1. Well, not main cast. I guess it depends on your viewpoint. They weren't at the end. They weren't at the beginning. Yeah, you fight back. This dumbass dog, which you gotta kill. These people. Let's not forget to mention how this group almost shot a random girl. And also, when they asked the doctor to check the bite, he couldn't even tell the difference between a walker, which should be a human bite, and a dog bite. But yeah, I did like the little interaction here with the zombie where you gotta kill it, and how she talks about being still not bitten. Yep, definitely eventful. Just bash them over the head a few times, and then they come back. This part at the end, I'd say this part was pretty cool because you got to choose drastically between Nick and Pete. But it was stupid. I gave him my water. He didn't even tell me anything. He just said thanks. I thought he would tell me where Krista would have gone, but no. Alright. So yeah, that was the worst. Number 1 being the worst, number 4 being the best. Now, season 3. Completely new cast. Throwing in some elements from the old cast. Best episode. It's so hard to pick because, there's parts of all these episodes that I hate, like, with all my heart. Maybe. Oh my days, it's so hard. What happens to this one? I forgot. Hold on. This one, I think, I guess. You meet quite a cool character. A lot of stuff goes down. The city gets raided. Um, find it really smart how, they make a character named Jesus and they actively create him to be like the character, from the Bible. I'm not sure quite how I felt about the flashbacks. At some points, they felt like good backstory, but also just to give us a bit of character building, which I don't think was needed. I hated David regardless. I didn't need that little AJ backstory about him taking him. Yeah, I think that's it for this episode. Worst episode. Now, this has to go to the final one. Because it's so stupid. I'll tell you why. In the lead up to, in episode 4, you give Joan a deal. Well, Clint gives you a deal. You take it. David messes it all up. Gets loads of people killed. And then Joan escapes anyway. Like, what is the point? I just find that so incredibly stupid. It was interesting. I felt like her, like, dating David was the worst thing ever, because it didn't really seem like a positive relationship. This was fine. This made sense because she just wants you to feel the most amount of pain as possible. So, if I said let Trip live, she was probably going to kill Trip. Look at this dumbass. Just starts killing everyone. The truck, yeah. And then, regardless of what actions you make, loads of people die. Like, the citizens. I saved the dude on the truck, so he's just there, but he dies anyway, which is a bit annoying. Trip, he sees your forgiveness, but he dies anyway, which I don't like, bro. Like, you guys forgive each other, and then he dies anyway. Then, yeah, you cover yourself up in guts and escape. And then you have this fight with your brother, which is stupid. And then he dies, but Jesus comes back and he helps save everyone, which is good. Next season. Dear Lord, I'm going to have a lot to talk about this season. Let's say there was a lot of stupid stuff that happened this season. Favorite episode though? Number 1. I'll tell you why. Nice introduction, okay? You had your icebreaker games, getting to know a bit of everyone, knowing how they operate. The game teaches you a bit about the new combat. And you get to learn about the Raiders and the amazing reveal at the end. Where AJ just shoots Marlon. Or Martin, or whatever his name is. The worst episode by far have to go to 2. And I'll tell you why. Let's start episode 3. I think it's this. Yeah, you go investigate. So this is just after the raid, after a bunch of people died for no reason, and then you gotta go get to James. James was a good character, I liked him. Don't like how he was treated at the end. The party was alright. There was another stupid scene where it's like, Violet gets mad that you didn't want her to tell your story, despite Clementine saying that she doesn't care who she was before this, and that all that matters is not her past, but her present actions, which is stupid, I feel. The sneaking onto the boat minigame was confusing, like, it was so weird. Like, you would hide behind a walker, They get shot, but by the end, you would have no walkers to hide behind. See, look. That's the last walker. I have no one else. Oh, wait, never mind. So I guess it was just me rushing it too much. So we had the cool Lee and thing. Then this, you unlock the cells. Try to check on Lewis's dumbass. Pushes you into the cell. And then you find out from the story that Lily says that she killed her own sister to prove her wealth to the Delta, which I still find stupid. But, yeah, you get interrogated, this whole story. She gets her ear bitten off by AJ. Then this choice, where you have this whole fight. The fight, it was pretty cool. Some of the stuff was stupid in the fight, though, I can't lie. Where's the beginning? Okay, yeah. Tan just gets absolutely attacked. So you rush up, tackle, which is fine. Gun gets dropped. You gotta rush for it. Yeah, there. That's fine. Alright, this. Look at how slow she gets up compared to Lily. Like, that's so stupid. And then, for some reason, I guess this makes sense. You automatically lose because she is a trained soldier. This is cool. Yeah, and then you just kick her. And then AJ points the gun. I don't get why Clementine couldn't have just gone up, taken the gun from AJ, and killed Lily in front of him. Like, it doesn't make sense. Why does he have to shoot or spare her? I listened to what's his name? James, because it felt like that's what the game was telling me, not to let AJ become a carver, which is what we don't want. But this is so stupid. They kill one of the best characters, you know, the one that does the most on throughout this plan. Like, that's just so stupid. And then the bomb goes off. Now, let's get into the other bad one. This part. So you just, yeah, you get past that. This is the issue I have. For some reason, you can't, Clementine's aim is spectacular this entire season, and then her aim is dog shit when it comes to trying to shoot Lily. Like, they had this, The Walking Dead has this problem with the last two seasons. You make a good choice. You think you're making a good choice by trying to help and spare everyone, but then the game punishes you by letting the main villain live and escape. That just doesn't make sense at all. Then, yeah, you escape. You gotta get out. It's such a shame how they show James dead in this, just to kind of push the wound in, or rub salt in the wound. This, you let AJ trust. You let, AJ do his own decisions, which is good, I feel like, because he did make a good decision trying to let Violet live over 10, who was kept freezing up. Now this. Gonna jump off the creek. Jump over the creek. What the hell is this? How is she alive and dead at the same time? Like, that doesn't make sense. Like, she looks like she's a zombie, but she still has sentience and is able to prove out normal human stuff. And then the zombies don't automatically attack her while she's actively shooting, which is making a hell of a lot of noise, drawing even more zombies. And then look, in a few seconds, like an entire army of zombies just spawns straight out of nowhere. Like, look. Okay, you get away. This is funny though. Look at just make them. Look at how many, and she just disappears like she's some ninja. Look at how many. Oh my god. Then what do we have? This stupid part. So, yeah, she slashes your leg open, which is fine. What is this? She gets bit by some dumb-ass zombies. Like, some basic-ass small group. Like, it's so stupid. Then you make it to the barn. Playing as AJ was interesting. You get to kill all these zombies and close all the gates. Yeah, then you have this, which shows Macau Ranch, which is alright, I guess. You get to play as AJ for a bit longer. This, I still don't understand how she was able to live and Lee wasn't for some reason. Like, I just don't get it. Yeah. No, some of this is so stupid. Shamed, like, I don't care about that. That was stupid. This was good. Loved. Like, shaken, like, what? Like, Ted's death has him feeling devastated. He wasn't even there, like... Death. And look, they don't even show everyone else's, relationship status. They only showed the ones that were actively there, which I kind of wish it just showed everyone. But that was everything. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to like, and if you want to see more, subscribe. See ya.